Hello there, artists! Today we will be drawing a fish tank inspired by the Great Barrier Reef and the aquariums of Australia. You can choose vertical, nice and tall for your composition, or horizontal, nice and long. Remember to draw with a pencil and something you can erase with. If you don't have a pencil, you can use a permanent tool, but remember, if you make a mistake, turn your mistake into something else. We can do great things together. Let's get started by drawing our aquarium. All right. Step number 1 is choosing what shape and what size you want the aquarium to be. I'm going to choose an oval to make it look a little three-dimensional on the top, doubling up my oval shape, pulling out the fish tank. It sort of looks like a nice bowl. I'm drawing the letter C on a curve, a semi-oval on both sides. This is going to be where the food goes in. This will be the filtration system for my tank. So I'm just going to draw some lines up top. What will you select to do to make 2 sections of your fish tank shine through? When I shade in that section, it looks a bit three-dimensional. And don't forget to add a line behind. So this looks like it's on something, perhaps on a table or on a countertop. And our Great Barrier Reef inspired fish tank will look so fantastic no matter how you end up drawing yours. But I wanted mine to look a bit three-dimensional, so I am putting a shadow, a thicker line on one section, the lower portion of the fish bowl. Okay? And now it's time to have some fun. What will the base be made out of? What are we placing down there? I want gravel. So I'm drawing a bumpy line to make the gravel appear on the bottom of my fish tank. So, there you go. Yeah. After you have the shape or the line of the surrounding area, we're going to add the next part. The next part of our fish tank, here's the surprising part. You get to decide where your creatures, your fish, will like to hide. Before we draw the things that grow, think about where do your fish like to hide. Some choices might be a small sunken ship toy, or maybe a sandcastle sculpture, or like part of a sculpture of a castle that they can swim in and out of, or even something like a pineapple, sort of like SpongeBob's house. I'm going to choose a sunken ship. So here is my shape. Always start with shapes when you're working on something that's an important drawing. Try to break up your shapes and add those details while we're working. I'm going to make the windows of this sunken ship look like they're broken and that there are some holes in there. And sort of hard to tell that this is a boat right now, but here is an old pirate ship, part of the old pirate ship's flag with some tatters in it because it's under the water. So I want this to look like a boat detail, so the ship can be billowing in the water, even though it's sunken underground, under the water there. Okay, so I have my boat, and now it's time to draw plant life like coral and anemones and different details. I'm going to draw these long squiggle shapes that all bunch together near one part of my tank, trying to get a variety of lines. I like how these are starting to float and form into little branches, so I might play off of that and draw my next one nearby. Quite different. Remember, there's gravel and details everywhere in your work, right? So if you want to fill in an inspired by the Great Barrier Reef fish tank / aquarium, do your very best to illustrate different textures for the different corals that can be found there. This one was representing brain coral, the round coral that turns bright colors in the water. When it dries off on land, it turns pure white. Pure white. And this one will be an anemone. The squiggly oval. Another squiggly oval. And some different textures on the body of it. I like that detail there. Maybe I'll put a shadow in there. That one's looking cool. I think I want some really densely packed seaweed. Long pieces of seaweed over here. You can really be playful with your shapes and your lines. And don't worry too much. I'm making some space still happen for the fish, because where's a fish tank without fish? Ooh. I've incorporated some bubbles to show that the water is even. You can see the water through the fish feed area. Some bubbles here and there and everywhere. And I'm going to put a fish swimming with simple shapes, of course. But how will you draw yours? Over here, I want a different kind of fish. Back here, this one has a whole different shape to him. Kind of looks serious. My fish kind of looks serious today. Will your fish look serious, or will they have different personalities? Over here, I'm going to put a snail clinging to the tank, and maybe some more little bubbles and details around. In fact, I'm going to add another sort of plant life to hide the snail so he feels protected a little bit with those. And in the distance here, some extra fish shapes. Maybe I'll fill this one in like a shadow fish. So like swimming in the distance. Maybe I'll put another one over here. How will you illustrate your tanks, everyone? Here's some shell parts. Some seashell details. And just some, they look like cones, ice cream cones, but these represent shells. Different kind of shell. Here's another shell. And then my finishing touches will be, maybe I'll fill this in and make this into the fish food container in the background. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Here's a symbol. Here's the word, fish, food. Here is the detail. And the little shaping section with another semi-oval with those 3 dots. Okay, so everybody, you can choose when you're done. Of course, you always can. I'm still enjoying adding more textures, adding more details, so I don't know if I'm really done yet, but I sure am ready to see the creations that you are illustrating. You can leave these as a pen or line drawing with your pencil or marker, or you can get more interested in adding colored layers with whichever drawing supplies that you have. But know that you have endless opportunities to make something marvelous happen. And I can't wait to see your creations. All right, everyone. Thank you for watching this tutorial. I'll see you in the next drawing video.